All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something that, let's be honest, is a huge headache for a lot of us. NMLS fingerprinting fees. Yeah, those. So let's just get right to it.
If that quote resonates with you at all, then you're definitely in the right place. You know that feeling, right? It's just this cost you grit your teeth and pay because you have to. But what if you didn't? What if a big chunk of that money you're spending is actually totally avoidable?
Okay, first section, the $1,000 twitch. This is a great way to think about it. We all kind of treat these fees like the hotel minibar, don't we? You know it's overpriced, but you just accept it as part of the deal. The problem is, these little charges, they add up to something big.
And I mean, look at this. Over $1,000. That's how much the person who wrote our source material realized they just burned through. And this wasn't a one-time mistake. This was from just passively accepting the fees over a few licensing cycles. That's not a rounding error, folks. That's real money that could have been in your pocket or reinvested in your business.
So the big question is, how does this even happen? Where is all that money going? Well, it all boils down to one word: redundancy. We're paying for the same thing over and over and over again when we really don't have to. So let's pull back the curtain and see what you're actually paying for when you get that bill.
Yeah, this is so important to understand. The NMLS fingerprinting fee isn't just one thing. It's a whole bundle of costs stacked on top of each other. You've got the fee just to get your prints taken, then a fee to process them. And then you have the real kicker, the state-specific charges. And trust me, those can be all over the map.
Okay, let's look at some real numbers here. The capture fee, the live scan, might be, say, 40 to 80 bucks. Not terrible. But then, boom! That state background check can tack on another 60 or even more. It can literally double what you're paying. And those rush fees? Yeah, that's just a tax on not planning ahead. Almost always avoidable.
So, okay, we see the individual costs, but where does that massive overspending actually come from? How do we get to that $1,000 problem? Well, it's not really about any one of these fees being too high. It's about how many times you're paying for the whole stack.
And this chart really shows it all. Let's say you need to get licensed in 3 new states this year. If you handle each one separately, on 3 different dates, you're looking at 3 separate fingerprinting events. That could easily be $300. But what if you planned it out and did them all in one go? You'd pay once, maybe $100. That's a $200 saving right there, just from better timing.
Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we get that $200 back in our pocket? Well, it's not about finding some secret discount code online. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about this whole process. It's what the source for this explainer calls the reusable asset mindset. And honestly, it's a game changer.
This is it right here. This is the key. You have to stop thinking of your fingerprints as a one-time transaction. Instead, treat them like a reusable asset. It's something you own, something you can use again and again, but it has an expiration date. Once you really let that sink in, everything else just clicks into place.
So if that's the mindset, how do you actually put it into practice? Let's get tactical. Here's your smart savings playbook, filled with some simple, actionable rules to start cutting those costs immediately.
First up, rule number 1, consolidate and time. This means you got to stop treating every new license like a fire you have to put out. Instead, batch them up. Plan 1 or 2 licensing sprints a year. Think of it like planning a road trip. You sequence it logically. And the most important part? You file for new states before your current prints expire. You use that asset before you lose it. All right, rule number 2 is all about reusing and systematizing. Look, before you even think about booking another appointment, your first move should always be to check if you can use your stored prints in the NMLS. It's that simple. A quick pre-appointment checklist can save you a ton of cash. Same goes for keeping your NMLS records clean. It prevents those annoying delays that might force you to pay for another session.
And hey, don't sleep on your vendors. It's so easy to just pick the closest place, right? But take a look at this. Option A, the closest spot, costs you $90. Option B is an extra 15 minutes away, but it's only $50. That's a $40 difference for 15 minutes of driving. That's what I call a convenience tax. And man, does it add up over time.
Okay, so we've got the mindset shift, we've got the playbook. Now for the fun part. Let's talk about how to actually lock in these savings and make this whole thing tangible.
Let's just circle back to that earlier example. Remember going from 3 appointments down to just 1? That's $200. $200 a year, straight back into your budget. Now think about that. If you've got a team of 10 people, that's $2,000. All of a sudden, these savings aren't just an idea. They're very, very real.
So, what are you going to do right now? What can you do in the next 15 minutes to actually make this happen? It's super simple. Number 1, log into the NMLS and check the expiration date on your fingerprints. Know your asset. Number 2, make a quick list of the states you even think you might add in the next 12 months. That's your roadmap. And 3, pull up your calendar right now and block off 30 or 45 minutes for an annual fee audit. Just do those 3 things, and I promise you will stop throwing money away. You'll be the one in control of your licensing, not the other way around.